lot of people sending me the questions as we speak. I'm just waiting to get the notification again. And the book on the dope records. Okay, yes, sir. I didn't know that you and your wife wrote a book. That's beautiful.
Right. You know, there are a couple of books out there. Brother Dimitri wrote a book called How to Police the Black Community. I'm in that book.
Okay, excellent.
And I'm also in The Dope was a book by Brother Richard Muhammad.
Okay, yes, sir. Wonderful. Okay, we are live now. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a special edition of Off the Record this evening. We have a very special guest, someone who has sacrificed and laid a foundation that we all are standing on with Captain Timothy Muhammad this evening. Thank you very much for coming on, sir.
Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you for having me on. It's definitely an honor and a pleasure to be here, you know, with my young soldier in the nation. Love you, brother.
Praise be to Allah. Walaikum salam, Sister Mimi, Omar, Brother Kelvin. Walaikum salam to you all. Thank everyone for tuning in. Okay, the first question we want to ask you, sir, is when did you first hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Oh, I first heard the teachings. Really, I first heard the teachings around 63. My cousin, Dennis, he was a member of the Nation of Islam, but at that time, I was more than about 13 years old. And he came up to me one day. He was in D.C. I was in Virginia. He came up to me one day and he said, you see this man right here? I said, who is that? And he showed me a picture of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I said, who is that? You know, he said, that's the messenger of God. He's the messenger of God? He said, yeah. I said, okay. But I'm a little young buck. I didn't know anything about that. So I basically, you know, shrugged it off. But he went on to do his thing. Now, fast forwarding to around 71, I heard about a teacher while I was in Germany, military in Germany, and there was a brother in the military by the name of Brother House. And he ran a group in Germany called BAM, Brotherhood Association of Mannheim. And he had called for a revolt for all Black men to get out of the military. And he organized just about all of that part of Germany. And he was negotiating with the leadership in the military to get everybody out of Germany. And him and I had become very close, but still, he was going according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's where he got his knowledge from, but he never brought everything out. And in this revolt, because one brother had gotten killed over in Germany, you know, he had all of us to come together to actually go against the government to go, you know, to get out of Germany. Unfortunately, we had a few riots later on. I went to jail, you know, in a Mannheim stockade. And by the time I got out of jail, I was getting ready to come out of the military at that time. Now, fast forwarding again, that was in like around 1970s, you know. In 75, I met a brother by the name of Brother Joe when I was in Mobile, Alabama. Him and I became close because we were working together. And Brother Joe was telling me about him leaving the nation because Wallace had taken over the nation. But he loved the nation, but he couldn't stay there because he didn't agree with Warthi Muhammad's, teaching basically. So him and I started running together, and he started telling me about Minister Farrakhan. I didn't know anything about Minister Farrakhan at that time, but he was teaching me about him. I said, okay, that's cool. Now fast forwarding again to 1978, I had a nightclub that I was in partnership with a brother by the name of Jimmy Bishop. And a nightclub was called the Crystal Lounge in the Bird, in Fredericksburg. So one day, November 25th, 1978, I was on my couch drinking some Richard Wild Eyes Rose. But Josh, you don't know anything about it. I was drinking some Richard Wild Eyes Rose, yes, and smoking a joint, Yes, and I was high. And this brother came on WHUR, Howard University Radio, the disc jockey. He said, I'm going to dedicate my show to this man here. I think this man is one of the most powerful speakers I've ever heard in my life. He said, I'm going to dedicate my entire show to him. And the man is Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm like drinking, I'm like smoking, but all of a sudden I say, that's that guy that Joe was telling me about, Farrakhan, Yes, sir. So Minister Farrakhan came on WHUR, and the name of the speech was The Ultimate Challenge, which was also actually the name of the first paper, Final Call. The Ultimate Challenge. I said, oh my goodness. So I listened to the speech. The speech was so powerful, it blew my high, So yes, sir. After the speech was over with, I knew of this Muslim brother that was in the community, brother by the name of Brother Ayukan Ali. I went looking for him. So, I caught up with Brother Ayukan. I said, I was listening to the speech, The Ultimate Challenge by Minister Farrakhan. And I said, where is he? So then Brother Ayukan started teaching me about the minister and about the nation and all of this. And I went to his house, and brother, I stayed all night long. He was just teaching me and teaching me and teaching me. So when I left, of course, I went on about my business and all of that. I kept in contact with him. So one day, he called me and told me, he said, brother, the minister is going to be speaking in Richmond, Virginia. He said, would you like to go? I said, yes, sir. So this was in January the 3rd, 1979. And that's like 2 months later, or a month and a half later. Yes, sir. From November, 1978 to now, January 3rd, 1979. And the minister was speaking at Spiritual City. So we rode down to Richmond, Spiritual City. And Brother Ayukan, I'm holding a post on, he had a whole post on the minister. So I'm in the audience, and the minister was teaching. I'd never heard nobody teach like that in my life. I mean, he was throwing bombs, Yes, I said, good God, he touched my soul. Yes, sir. He was teaching so strong, I said, oh my God. And he was teaching on Jesus. And as he started teaching, and look, check this out, I'm thugging in the street, that's what I did. And I had the club and all that, and I'm doing that kind of crazy stuff. But he touched my soul so strong. I just broke down and cried in the audience. And he was teaching on Jesus. And I was sitting beside this brother that had these chrome glasses on, dark shade, with an afro. And the minister said, yeah, Jesus looked just like him. And he pointed at the brother that was beside me, and the brother just started clapping and everything. So yes, sir. At the end of the speech, I came down and Brother Ayakon, beckoned me to come over. And he said, you want to meet the minister? I said, yes, sir, I can meet him. He said, yes, sir. He said, so he went over and introduced me to the minister. And I shook his hand, and he wasn't the same man, because all that fire that he had, and he was so warm and so humble and all of this. So we talked, for a while and all that. So Brother Ayakon said, we're going to take the minister over to some believer's house, So now I'm a lost fan. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I'm with Brother Ayakon. So I end up tagging along. So I end up over at the believer's house with the minister, and the minister was over there doing table talk.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in the house, and they offered me some bean soup, some bean pie, and all that. I'm looking, I don't know what's going on, but we going through the teaching, and the minister were telling them that, that telling everybody to stay strong, and the nation, is here to comfort us, and he giving them all of that. So I met this brother in the meeting named Brother Lewis. So Brother Lewis was a study group leader that the minister had set up. I didn't know anything about it, but he set up a study group, and he was a study group leader in Maryland. So he invited me to a study group. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. So I went on to the study group with Brother Lewis, started going on a regular basis. So now, as we were, I think the minister came to town, and somehow or another, there were other study groups that we didn't know anything about, And I ended up being from Maryland going to another study group with Brother David, and brother James Booker. He was the son of Simeon Booker, which ended up being Brother Wali Muhammad, the editor of the Final Call. So Brother Wali ended up being my first captain in the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boy, he used to train us hard with them combat boots.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that, that was my introduction, to the nation, and that's how I got in.
Okay, excellent. And thank you very much for that, for your sacrifice and that great story. Walaikum salam, Sister Teresa Muhammad. Brother Kelvin, Sister Naima says, peace, family. Sister Mimi says, beautiful. Brother Mark, walaikum salam, Brother Mark. Okay, now, Brother Captain, why did you accept the teachings?
Brother, I had few brushes with Islam, but when I heard the minister live, well, when I heard him on TV, on the radio was one thing. Like I said, it blew my heart. But when I heard him live, his words touched my soul. At that point, really, I had no other choice but to come in. It was like something went off in me and lit up, and I just had to be with that man. I instantly fell in love with him.
Praise be to Allah. Now, Brother Captain, I was trying to make sure I get this in order. How did you come up in the military to become a first officer, then later a captain? Like, what was the process of being a soldier during that time period?
Oh, yes. Well, when we got to D.C., your father was a lieutenant in D.C., and I was his squad leader. And at that time, he wasn't Sharif. At that time, he was William Muhammad, but he was also on the Minister of Security. Him and Brother Akil, at the time was Brother Rodney, they were on the Minister of Security, right? So Brother Sharif started this squad called the God Squad, you know, and that ended up being the, being the squad leader, of the God Squad. And we started raising brothers up and competing with each other and all that. So then I think brother Sharif was lieutenant, then brother Rodney, then brother Sharif became the captain, and brother Rodney, which is brother Akil, went to Baltimore. And your mother suggested to brother Sharif that I be his first officer. All of us, we had come in the nation together. All of us came up together. We family, So
yes,
she suggested to brother Sharif, so tell your father he didn't do it. Your mother suggested to him that I, So I became his first officer, and after that, of course, with the dope bust and all this, in 1991, Brother Sharif became the Supreme Captain, and he made me the captain of Washington, D.C. in 91.
Praise be to Allah. Okay, I just want to backtrack just 1 second. When you, during the Dope Buster time, you wrote a book. What is the name of your, that you and your wife wrote a book? Can you say the name of your book so that we can make sure we get people to read it?
Wait, it's not published yet.
Oh, it's not published yet. Okay, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I'm gonna keep it on the down low because
okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
we're doing some revision to the book. But let me say this about the book. I'm gonna say one thing about it. I sent the book to the minister, and he loved the book, but he told me, he said, brother, everything in here is not accurate. And I told the minister, I said, brother minister, the book is for it's for a movie, basically, set up for a movie and things like that. And he said, brother, it's a nice book, but he said, you need to write one about what actually happened doing what you all did in DC, because what you did in DC, what y'all did in DC, you raised the nation up, or not. So he said you need to put that one together. But yeah, but that's what the book is. So the book is being revised now,
Praise be to Allah. Well, the Dope Busters, for people who don't know, could you explain that to somebody in the audience who may not know what a Dope Buster is and what you all did?
Yes, and the Dope Buster was a name that was given to us by a brother on the Capitol Spotlight. He is passed down. He was ex Capitol Spotlight, and and on April of '88, we went into Mayfair Mansion, and there was a camera crew that was following. I don't think they were following us because we were just out there, patrolling. But in that patrol, we had an encounter with a brother with a shotgun. Now, two brothers mainly that had the first encounter, Brother William and Brother Ronald. We just call him Brother Ronald body slam, because of that incident. And Brother Ronald, and then Brother Ronald and Brother William had the first encounter. All of us came together and took the shotgun away from the brother, and this brother with the camera crew, I think his name was Davis. I forgot the whole name, but he got the whole action, on tape. So at the end of that, after all that was going on, because I ended up making a music video on it, matter of fact, called "Come Join the Dope Busters." But anyhow, Brother Sharif told me, he said, Tim, get the camera, So I went over and got the camera from, took the camera away from brother, I think his name was Howard Davis.
Mm.
Got the camera, I got the video camera from him. And I looked up and Joe Johns was coming out of the building screaming and hollering, trying to get the camera back. So Brother Maurice and myself was over by the tree. We had the camera and we were trying to, I was trying to get the tape out. Now, mind you, I went to school for TV production, but this was a beta cam, and it was brand new on the market. I could not get that tape out because we were going to destroy the tape because they showed us beat the man.
Yes,
Man, you know.
Yes, sir.
But I couldn't get it out, you know. So Joe John came over there and, you know, from, I think he was with CNN now, but it was with a local news company at the time. An altercation broke out and he got busted in his eye, you know, because he was trying to get the, you know.
Yes, sir.
But anyhow, eventually we had to turn the camera over. And the rest is history, you know, because the tape went worldwide. I mean, it went worldwide, you know. So, I mean, even to the point where there were people from other countries that had come over to Mayfair Mansion, you know, to interview Brother Aleem at the time with the minister, you know.
Yes, sir.
Brother Aleem, it must have been something like a representation of about 40 countries that came over there, you know, because of that tape. But that shows you how the God works, because Allah would not allow us to destroy that tape, you know.
Excellent.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Brother, okay, well, Dr. Henry Carter says, I have always admired Brother Captain Tim, his humble spirit. Brother Kelvin said, NOI Security. My sister Mimi says she's looking forward to reading the book when it becomes available. Dr. Carter also says that when the Dope Busters got national attention, that he felt like Michael Corleone at Alabama State University.
You know what, Brother Joshua, when it first hit, we were considered vigilantes. Oh man, the media, you know, the media dogged us out. They said we were vigilantes on that, but because we became so popular among the people, then we started being hailed as heroes. Not that they wanted to hail us as heroes, but the people hailed us as heroes, you know. So it was a very, very turning point, I think, in all of our lives. The whole Dope Buster scene. Matter of fact, the Dope Buster scene could be written in chronicles because there's so many different perspectives from different people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even you as a young man, you got a perspective. I've got one, the sisters got one, your father got one, you know, all of the brothers in the ranks got one, you know, so because everybody played a different part in that, you know. But it was a great time. And it made the brotherhood even tighter than what it was. And I have such a great love for the brotherhood. But we became so tight that we were unbreakable.
Yes, sir.
I've never been part of such a fearless group of men, but that's the way we were trained. From the minister to Sharif, to us right on down, we were trained that way, you know. So it was beautiful.
Praise be to Allah. We thank you all for your sacrifice and the sacrifice of your families. Brother Captain, you had a wife, you were in DC, you had previous clubs, you had all of this. Did you ever face death threats? And what made you want to put your life on the line? And if you did face death threats, how did you ever overcome those death threats?
Oh, brother, death threats became a part of everyday life. When it comes down to dealing with that, you know, I've been shot twice, but that was out there in the world, I was shot one through the face and once in the leg out in the world, and in the nation during our adventure, I would say, with the dope busters. I've had, matter of fact, let me tell you a story.
Please, please.
One of the brothers in the ranks had come to the command center. Brother Sharif and myself was in the command center and said that his sister had been kidnapped by some of the brothers that were pushing drugs. And I forgot, I think it was in Paradise, but it was in one of the complexes. So, and he said that, he was like, upset about the fact that his sister had been kidnapped, So Brother Sharif rounded up as many brothers that we had right there. At the time, it was Brother Sharif, myself, Brother Akil, Brother Maurice, I'll be pleasing him, Brother Cortland, Brother Eric, and Brother Charles, So we went to the complex. So the, lost found sister that had told Brother Charles about the kidnapping, she told us exactly what was going on, where the sister was held, what they had at the door, and all of that. So we went around, we didn't hesitate, we marched right on up straight to the door. And Brother Cortland, he was the first one to hit the door when he first hit the door, because it had some type of board behind the door. He couldn't break it. But all of us hit the door the second time, all together, and then broke the door down. Evidently, get the brothers on the inside probably didn't know who was at the door. They didn't know if we the police or what. They didn't have time. They didn't have time to get their weapons. So we went in there to, we had to take care of business. Jobs, we had to take care
Yes, sir.
We took care of plenty of business. We took care of business so good. One brother jumped out the window. We was up on the second floor. He just jumped out the window, They still didn't know who it was. So after brother got his sister, went on out, brother brought the car around, and we came out to get in the car. Me and your father was in the back. I think Brother Charles, somebody else was up front, driving. We came to a corner as we were leaving the complex. A brother came up right up to the window, where your father and I was sitting with a 9mm and pulled the trigger and it misfired. He hit the gun like that. And Brother Charles pulled up, he pulled the gun again and it misfired. Then as we pulled off, he just pulled the trigger and shot up in the air and the gun went off. So that was one incident.
Yes, sir.
Another incident, I was a captain then. We were in Clifton Terrace. We was Clifton Terrace so bad, we called it New Jack City. They were cooking drugs up in Clifton Terrace,
Yes, sir.
So we were in Clifton Terrace, we got the contract for Clifton Terrace. And one night I was having an FOI class at Clifton Terrace. We had a lot of brothers came out to class that night. And we were giving brothers, we're giving the complex support. So we would take, brothers, 100 or 200 brothers, to various different places. So we heard the call, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. When we heard that, we left from out of class, went out to where the brother was calling us, and one brother, lost found brother, was halfway in the street and on the property. He shot into the crowd where we were on FOI. And the bullet didn't hit nobody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Scared him. He ran. All of the brothers ran down the street behind him. And I stayed up on the complex with some of my lieutenants. I think Brother Aaron, Brother brother Ray, brother who is what I think, brother Harry, and we stayed there. We were like right at the spot, and a brother came on the outside of the building with a 9mm on the head, pull the cap off, pull the trigger, and misfire.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
well, you could have pointed for a penny by that time. Yeah, you know. So he pointed the gun at me and it misfired.
Yes, sir. Yes,
By
sir.
that time, the brother was coming back up the street. So we followed him in the building, and people started slamming doors so he couldn't get in their apartment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when we caught up with the man at the end of the building, you couldn't bought him for a penny. So I told the brothers, I said, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, we're going to take care of business now. You know,
Yes,
sir. Devil, I just think, bro, you know, so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, you know, after that, you know, the 911 came there to take him up out of there. And he was broken up pretty bad.
Yes,
He was broken up real bad, you know.
Allahu
So
Akbar.
they took him out of there. And I told one of the brothers, go down there and visit him and take him a Quran when he hospital. I said, when he get finished and everything, you know, tell me, call the Capt. You know,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Crazy.
Yeah, but that was a couple right there.
Excellent. And thank you very much, Brother Captain. And thank everyone for watching. I want to make sure that I thank Brother Kelvin says you have great captain stories. Sister Mina says the devil can't touch the NLY for why. Mimi, Brother Jahab, Allahu Akbar, like Clifton Terraces. Brother Orlando says top soldier. I want to thank the sponsors of this podcast, which is my sister Miriam's book, ABC I Love Me, which is on Amazon. My brother Politically Oppressed, his t-shirts and his video editing. If you need some video editing done, street premiere, and also my second children's book, Cleopatra, which is on Amazon as well. Brother Captain, when you came to Atlanta, well, when I came to Atlanta, you were already here, but when I came to Atlanta, there was brothers who were doing research on the dope busters and NOI security, and they came across the FBI files that, and your name was a part of those FBI files. How did that make you feel to know that the FBI had done this research with you and your, participation in the cleaning up of the community?
Yes, it was the FBI and also the ADL, and the FBI. I don't know who did it, but someone on 2 occasions broke into my house when I was in D.C. Now, they broke into it perfectly because the window was cut in a perfect round circle. And the only thing that was taken out was my son Nintendo, Akbar Nintendo. Now, I figured that they had evidently planted something in the house. I didn't know, but they were constantly having us under surveillance, even to the point where, like D.C. was the number 2 mosque at that time, only second to Chicago. Yes, the minister used to send brothers to D.C. to be trained, Yes, so D.C. was a key mosque. Yes. Now, there were 2 agents that came in the nation. One was sent to D.C. and another was sent to Chicago. A brother came in the nation. He came in D.C. and worked his way up through the ranks. He ended up being my personal security. Then he ended up being the assistant secretary and all of that. And I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about it, but we ended up finding out that he was an agent. Now, check this out. When we found out that he was an agent, I took the brother through a series of routine. Me, Brother Aaron, who is the captain of D.C. right now. Yes, sir. He was my second officer, and Brother Darrell was my first officer at the time. And Brother Sean had just become the minister of Mosque number 4. Brother Aleem had just become the Minister of Health. So at that time, we had a secretary, Brother Vincent, that just became the secretary, a minister that just became the minister, and they were all new to the post. The only seasoned one at the time was myself as a captain. The rest of them were new to the post. So the brother decided to make his move then, and he stole something like $20,000 from money that we were getting for Brother Lean for his send-off, as you know, because we having a program for him as the Minister of Health.
Yes, sir.
So when the brother made the move and we found out, I had to do some investigating, found out that was him, you know, that whole day, once I went through an investigation, at the end of the day, I put him down in the basement of the mosque because I had gotten all the information on him. And I told the brother, I said, he thought I was going to let him go because he didn't know I had the goods on him, you know.
Yes, sir.
I told the brother, I said, who are you working for? He said, no, brother Capt, nobody. I said, who you working for? So he didn't want to tell me who you're working for, so we went to work on him, you know. Yes, so finally, brother said he worked for FEMA. Now, FEMA was supposed to be an emergency group, you know, Federal Emergency Management, you know. But there's another portion of FEMA that he was working for. He was working for FEMA. He said it was 2 of them. They recruited them out of the Marine Corps. One came to D.C. and the other one went to Chicago. Now the minister came when your father at the time was Supreme Captain. So I told him about it, and the minister had come in town, I think, a few days after that, after we had caught the brother. We told him about it and all of that. So the minister told me, he said, let him go, brother. He said, because just like we know he here, they know he here, you know. So I let the brother go, you know. I gave him a good send off, but we you know.
Allahu Akbar. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Man.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. We thank you for that. What was it like during the time of the Million Man March?
Oh, brother, Million Man March. You know what? That was the most important and the most electrifying event, you know, in the world. I mean, really, because I was so fired up. You know, the Million Man March was, I was one of the liaisons for the Million Man March. That night before the march, I stayed up all night long, you know, overseeing the stage and building the bulletproof steel for the minister and all of that. And I, early in the morning, I could actually hear the walking of the brothers. They were coming in droves.
Yes, sir.
You know, and it was so quiet on the mall, and you could hear them, you know, as they were walking. You know, it sounded like buffalo, you know, as they were walking, and then they were coming up and started filling the mall up early that morning. And later on that morning, Brother Sharif, the Supreme asked me to secure the minister guest speaker, which were the female that he had speaking on the roster for the Million Man March.
Yes, sir.
So I had to set up security and transportation for Maya Angelou, Sister Rosa Parks, Queen Mother Moore, and Dorothy Hyatt. You know,
yes, sir.
and Mother Tynetta. So it was something else, because as I went around the hotel to pick them up, you know, to get them up to the Capitol, when I looked around, I had a whole caravan of MGT coming from everywhere, in order for us to get up to the Capitol. But, it was amazing. I mean, it was so overwhelming. I mean, I stayed up all night, all day, but that was the most overwhelming event, I mean, that I could ever even think about.
Yes, sir.
Me and March.
Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. Once you came to Atlanta, what was that like with your work as far as in the mosque and the military of Atlanta? And then later becoming a minister. What was that like?
Yes, sir. I came to Atlanta. Oh yeah, I came to Atlanta, and Brother Patrick had read this, I guess, some type of paperwork that the ADL had put out. And in that paperwork is a 42-page dossier. And in that dossier, they had mentioned your father and me. And they said, whatever you do, don't let Sharif Muhammad and Timothy Muhammad be in the same city at the same time, because they knew what we did in D.C. So they didn't want us to duplicate the same thing in Atlanta, Georgia. So, and they worked diligently to do whatever they could, man, to try to neutralize everything, in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Now, there, on the flyer I posted a picture from your Facebook with you on a motorcycle as well. Could you explain to the listening, the watching, the viewing and listening audience, as far as your love for motorcycles and as far as what you've done with as far as the protection of the Most High Min Farrakhan with the motorcycles?
Yes, sir. I have a passion for motorcycle and sport cars. Always have had it. And I married a woman, my wife, Sister Beverly Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
I love her to death. But she also has a passion for motorcycle and Jeeps, she likes sport cars too, but she don't like shifting gears. I said, you got to shift gears for sport cars. But anyhow, so Brother Rashad, I'd asked Brother Rashad when he was head of the E-team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
About doing escort for the minister on motorcycle. And I told him about, my years of riding. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 13. Been in a part of a couple of groups, and actually started a group here called Supreme Soldier. Never really got off the ground the way where I wanted it to, because we had a problem with the logo, and all of that. But we started that. But we did the security for the minister when he came to the Civic Center. Brother Rashad took it back to the minister, and the minister said yes. So it was me, Brother Fred, and Brother Michael. I had those three with me. And we did security from, for the minister, all around the city when he came to the Civic Center. And one day we were going to, the minister was going someplace, we were going to do security for it. We stopped the traffic in the middle of the interstate. Broke it down. After that, I guess the minister said, brother said, he could tell us to cut the security off,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. What in your service in the nation, what has been your greatest trial, and how did you overcome that?
Well, a trial that I'm going through right now is, I just had a bout with prostate cancer, and I want to make a public service announcement to all of the brothers out there. get your checkup. The thing that I think that really saved me was advanced, from it being in such an advanced stage with early detection. I get a yearly checkup every year.
Yes, sir.
And every year that I've gotten it for the past 10 years that it showed on my record, I've had a PSA of less than 1, like 0 point this, 0 point this, 0 point this. This year, when I got my checkup, my PSA was 7.9. I didn't believe it. So I went to another urologist and got a checkup and got a blood test, PSA test, which is prostate specific antigen, and it was 8.3 and it risen. So then I went to the biopsy. When I got the biopsy, the doctor, the urologist told me I had cancer, in my prostate. Oh, I mean, this right here was a mind blower because, I thought I was at the peak of my health because I was in the gym like 4 days a week.
Yes, sir.
My wife even posted me doing crunches and all of that. And I'm almost 70 years old, but I'm up in there giving them young brothers hell up in the gym,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I was doing, I was bench pressing 200 pounds,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
8 reps, 5 sets. So I'm like doing everything. All my numbers was good. Everything was good. As far as my numbers on your health chart. And then all of a sudden, I've got prostate cancer. So when I asked the doctor, I said, where did this come from? He said, I really don't know. I can't tell you. He said, I know that Black men has a high cancer rate when it comes down to prostate cancer. He said one out of every 6 Black men have prostate cancer. He said, for white men, mostly it's testicular cancer, but for Black men, it's prostate. So I had to go through the surgery, and they took my prostate out. That was about 7 weeks ago now. When they took the PSA after that, for my post visit with the doctor, the PSA ended up being 0.03, which at present I'm cancer free. But
praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir. But I have to go every 3 months, at least for the next year, to make sure that stays where it is. But I say this to say, I was in the peak of health. My health, I don't eat no crazy food. I'm on how to live, 1 meal a day. I was exercising the way you're supposed to do and all of that. But it hit me,
Yes, sir.
And at first I was saying, wow, man, where did it come from? But I never doubted anything because we cannot call ourselves Muslim. And when a trial hit us,
yes, sir,
we break down, Yes, sir. That was a heck of a trial for me because, I was at the top of my game.
Yes, sir.
I'm like feeling good. And bam, it hit me, But Allah is going to test each and every one of us. If we don't understand the trial and we can't handle the trial, then we can't call ourselves Muslim, man. We got to be on it because just like He give us victories, He will put us through a trial. He will give us a victory down the road. But unless we know how to handle the trial,
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir,
we can never come through the trial.
Yes, sir.
So I say to all brothers out there, including you, John.
Yes, sir.
Look, the doctor told me he said something's going on because he was doing proctology and removing the prostate on men 30 years old. He said 30 years old, as young as 30 on up. He said he get them on a regular basis. I don't know, but I know that Atlanta, Georgia is the headquarters of CDC. I don't know the experiment. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, sir.
But we have to be careful. So we have to, as Black men, get our prostate, get our examinations, get our PSAs, you know, and make sure that we don't count, because if you don't catch it in time, it will eventually go into your bone, through your system, you know, and all of that. So, you know, I got an MRI, wasn't in my system. I got a bone scan, wasn't in the bone, all because, you know, of early detection.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I say to brothers out there, you know, hey, man, you can think you're on top, and all of a sudden, man, boom, just like that. So everybody get your examination, you know, and I thank Allah over and over again for the good as well as the bad, because it's the bad that we think is bad really end up being good, because it makes us stronger in the end. It makes your faith stronger. I feel good. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna take death right now, put him in my back pocket, and I'll talk to you later, you know.
Hey, yes, sir.
I'm not going away no time soon, you know.
Yes,
That's
sir.
how we roll, brother. That's
Yes,
how
sir.
we roll.
But what has been your greatest joy in your tenure in the Nation of Islam?
My greatest joy, one is my marriage to my wife.
Yes, sir.
But my greatest joy, you know, is the teaching. Just, yeah, I have a beautiful family, my children, my wife, but the teaching, meeting the minister, being a part of being able to walk with the man of God.
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you say that, it sounds wow, but to walk with the man of God in this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell of a thing, man. We may take it for granted, but that's a hell of a thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you know, people would say, during the time of Jesus, I would have been with him. During the time of Moses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we in the time of Jesus right now, and to be
Yes,
with
sir.
him right now is the greatest joy that you can have, you know. These teachers save each and every one of our lives, because we would be a babbling fool and an idiot, you know. So, you know, I have to give, you know, the Honorable Min Farrakhan, oh man, the greatest love, respect, and praise, you know. My man.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. What advice, speaking of your wife and family, what advice would you give to future fathers?
Brother. Future fathers, you got to be responsible for one thing. You know, when you choose a wife, you know, make sure that you choose them for all of the right qualities, you know, that you're compatible with, you know, in your life. Be understanding with your children, wife, and people around you, because as you grow in a marriage, everything is not going to be your way. So you have to make various different sacrifices, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when you make those sacrifices, you got a good woman. Believe me, she'll make the sacrifice right with you. She'll hang right with you to the end. So, you know, be responsible. Be what that old commercial say. Be a man. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, the Nation of Islam, as taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, teaching us to be men. You know, as we say, Islam brings out the warlike propensity in the Black man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we have to be men. We got to be fearless fighters for Islam. You know, we got to be the type of men that when we walk out in the street, people know, yeah, oh yeah, he with the Khan. He was that's my man. And that's the type of people we got to be, but we need to have that same reflection at our home.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and how we raise our children and how we treat our wives, so and as Black men, be the perfect father figure and the perfect male figure for your daughters. That is very, very important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then as you do that, as your daughter get older, she's gonna look for a man just like her father.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise God. Okay, one more question, Brother Captain, and thank you all for watching it and your comments. The last question is, what do you want your legacy to be, sir?
Oh, my legacy. I want my legacy to be that, he was a good Muslim. He did, the best he could, and he was a loving brother. He loved the brotherhood, and he loved these teachings, I want my legacy to be, he was just a good Muslim.
Praise be to Allah. I definitely can attest to that. And on behalf of myself and my family, we want to let you and your family know we love you all and thank you all for your sacrifice. And we will always uplift and uphold your name. And we look forward to reading the book, Brother Captain, from you and your wife, so that we can always keep the spirit and the memory alive of the Dope Busters as well.
Yes, and brother Joshua, I really appreciate it. This is a good thing that you're doing, because we need to tell our story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we tell our story by interviewing people that are in the struggle and that are in the story. That's a part of the story.
Yes, sir.
So by you interviewing various different people in there, you can take pieces of everything and put the story together.
Yes, sir.
We cannot allow white people, to tell our story, because I know even when we went into the community at Dope Buster, one day I looked at a movie and it was a white boy on the movie in a heavily drug area using the same tactics, the very same tactics that we used when we went into the community. Because we use a videotape. Brothers doing the transaction, they were scattered. We told them to light up the community, put plenty of light on, and they'll flee like roaches, to make sure you have, don't be alone in the community as you do these patrols. We started the community patrol because they came out after we started patrolling. And then people want us to come to show them how to patrol in the community, to rid the community of drugs.
Yes, sir.
So, we have a great thing, so, brother, it's imperative that we tell our story. So what you're doing is a good thing. Now what you need to do is chronicleize it, put it in a book. You got a lot of connection, get with some people, man, put it on the big screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're doing a good job, bro, John.
Thank you very much, sir. It means an honor.
With a little tadpole,
But thank you, sir. Thank your family, and thank everyone for watching. I love you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
I love you too. Wa alaikum salam.